Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, honors to all our brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwath, and Shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Now this lesson is going to be based on these back-to-back 5.0 plus earthquakes that shook California. So through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says a series of moderate earthquakes rattled the waters off the west coast early Thursday, June 4th, near the Mendocino Triple Junction, where three tectonic plates meet off northern California's coast, one of the most seismically active regions in the United States. They included a magnitude 5.7 quake off the coast about 120 miles from McKinleyville, and a magnitude 5.1 earthquake west of Petrolia, though no tsunami threat or significant damage was reported. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the strongest earthquake struck just before 4 a.m. Pacific Time southwest of Pistol River, Oregon. About 2 hours later, a magnitude 5.1 earthquake hit roughly 40 miles west of Petrolia in Humboldt County. Minutes after the Petrolia area quake, a magnitude 4.5 aftershock struck in nearly the same location. Preliminary USGS data showed the Petrolia earthquakes occurred at very shallow depths beneath the seafloor. The U.S. Tsunami Warning Center said no tsunami warning, advisory, watch, or threat was issued following the earthquakes. USGS impact estimates also indicate a low likelihood of significant damage. Yeah, but this is just more evidence that the Lord is still visiting this world with earthquakes. And in regards to California, people have been saying for many years that California is overdue for a major earthquake. So, who knows? The frequency of these earthquakes happening could be a sign. And the fact that we're living in the last days, and these are also the days of vengeance, could be a sign that the Lord could be gearing up to finally send that major earthquake that's going to devastate whatever part of California he decides to hit with an earthquake. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And the Lord has been sending earthquakes out, across the world a lot more frequently than in years past. And that is yet another sign of the times. Matthew 24:4. And Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. Verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. Verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. And when you look up the definition of diverse, it means many or multiple. And there's clearly earthquakes happening in many and in multiple places. Not just here in the U.S., but in the world in general. So once again, the things written in these scriptures are coming to pass, whether people can see it and understand it or not. 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass which I have told thee before. Verse 2, Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the Highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Verse 3, Therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and there's plenty of both of these happening. There's plenty of earthquakes happening throughout the world and uproars of the people. A lot of people are very angry all over the world for different reasons. And that's why there's so many protests happening and riots and clashes with the police. Verse 4, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Verse 5, For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Verse 6, Even so the times also of the Highest have plain beginnings in wonder, and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs. And these earthquakes are signs of the Lord visiting this world which he made. And these earthquakes are happening more frequently, and they're becoming stronger in magnitude. So, like I said, the Lord very well could be gearing up to send some devastating earthquakes. Some 8.0s, maybe some 9.0s, who knows? It's all up to the Lord. But we are in the last days. And anybody with eyes to see and anybody that's been paying attention can tell that things have been getting worse. The heat waves, the fires, the violence amongst the people, the storms and tempests, the earthquakes, all of these things have been intensifying. So for those of us of the hopeful elect, we gotta, continue to watch, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, stay locked into this truth. And for these wicked people, they're just gonna continue to, play around until the Lord visits them in particular through his judgments and, punishes them. But yeah, like I've been saying, because the weather is getting nicer, there's going to be a lot more people that are just going to be out and about, playing around. A lot of people don't watch the news because they're like, oh, it's always something negative on the news. So they don't watch the news, so they have no idea what's going on anymore. So then when things happen, these people are completely caught off guard because they never knew what was happening. See, a lot of people, they don't want to live in reality. They want to live in some fantasy world where everything is just happy and everything goes the way that they want it to. But that's not reality. Reality is we are in the last days, and things are just steadily getting worse. And those who prefer to be simple and ignorant of what's going on around them, those are the people who are going to get caught up and die. Because they're not taking this seriously. They're not heeding the warnings. They're not looking for the signs. They're just out here wanting to party and act a damn fool all the time. And that's why these people are going to continue to be caught off guard by these judgments, overtaken and destroyed in these judgments. And you know what? Good riddance to these people, because clearly the Lord didn't want them. But those of us of the hopeful elect, we're going to continue to do what we're supposed to do. And, Lord's will, we've been chosen from the foundation of the world to endure unto the end and be saved. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. The water Yahweh Bashim Yahushai for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently preaching the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to the sincere Akwath, which are the sincere sisters. Shalom to the scattered Israelites who are amongst these heathen nations and look like these heathens. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up, and Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, Shalom.